Good evening. I live in earthquake country. Matter of fact, I could go on this machine here and I could pull up the. Well, why don't I was going to say, why don't I do that? However, my ability to pull up any information on here has no relevance to what's going on in Turkey. It's Turkey. I want to bring to the table right now some facts. Allow me to adjust the camera and forgive my tobacco. I'm Jeffery Spakes, the artist. I'm an empath. I don't want to be an empath right now. I want to explain to you scientifically through knowledge based on wisdom, experience, and the like, so that we can possibly get some um, understanding, or possibly you might get some understanding or hope, or because if you're an empath, like myself, you're going through this trauma that literally has not affected you. Your walls are still standing, your food is still good, your electric's still on, all that. Yet you feel every bit of what they're going through. And yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's better if you don't, though. You're going through this with them does not help you or them. I wish I could take my own advice all the time. I have a fractured coccyx. I'm about 5 days into healing, so not a problem. I'm doing the right things. I'm sitting on the right thing and doing everything I can. However, I am a little sleep deprived. Don't feel sorry for me. This is my journey, and it's quite wonderful. The tobacco is part of my journey. I'm American Cherokee. That's enough of that. But I will say tobacco is so important in so many things. Um, it has nothing to do with the company. Do you get it? So let's get back to why I'm online. My experience tells me that there are many of you that are not in Turkey that are thinking you need to do something. And I'm going to suggest that you're correct. you do need to do something. You can't help the people in Turkey, but you can help the people at home, possibly by buying them a turkey. Who knows? Are there hungry people next door to you? Have you checked on the old guy that lives next door that you haven't seen in a few days? Have you considered mowing that old lady's lawn? Even if she is a little crabby, she might be crabby because she hurts. Pain is a major problem amongst us oldsters. So, as those incredible people fight to save lives in Turkey, and they will save plenty, imagine the trauma of the people they save. Okay, now stop and imagine the trauma of the person you could save if you simply walked next door and said, "Do you need to use my telephone? Can I help you contact somebody? Is there something I can do for you?" I mean, even if you don't have tons of money, even if you have none, you might have a cell phone, a blanket, a something, a carrot to, to feed your neighbor. Does your neighbor live alone? That person is hungry. Do you have a big family and you live next door to that person? Well, make extra. Have your child bring it over. Give it to them. Don't ask for a thank you. Walk away. If they don't answer the door or they're crabby, they might be hurting. Leave it on the porch. Make it something nice. I don't know how to describe this. Put it in a clean thing of Tupperware. There's so many ways you can help. How do I know? Because people have done that for me. And I'm a multimillionaire. I still need help. My situation is so far weird and bizarre, and you can look it up online. And I'm not here to plug this. I'm here to talk about Turkey and how you can help. And I'm going to throw in a bit of science too. Science. Uh, Forgive me, I haven't slept well in many days, and my words sound a little Trumpish. I mean, stumpish. That's not going to go well with my family. Come on. Have you not woken up yet? I'm going to say my heritage. Okay, let me explain my heritage. My heritage is that I work for Spirit, and this isn't about me. There are other channels about me. This happens to be the one that I was on when I saw that story, and I said, "Oh, we got to go online. We need to make this." Who is we? Well, Dioge's asleep in his doghouse, which is a Subaru. I think it's a 2003. What is that? It's a badass. I swear I'll never get rid of that car. That's his doghouse. And as long as I know where that Subaru is, I know where DOG is. And that's a wonderful gift. Now, let's get back to reality here, folks. I signed a contract with my boss. Um, I call him Spirit, it, or all of it, that I would live my life the way that I have. When did I do that? I think it was 3 years old. Then Spirit confirmed it again when I was 6, and then 9. Wow, I've never spoken that so clearly and understood the 369. So, as we speak of Turkey, do not feel like you could have done something. However, you can do something now. This is where the science comes in. Um, I have a little bit of history and knowledge in this field. Um, I'm not going to plug my channels or anything else. Let's specifically speak of science. There was two incredibly strong earthquakes. I think approximately 60 or 80 miles apart from each from each other. Incredibly large. They were less than eights, and on a scientific field, that's however, it's enough to crumble catastrophically. Now, I actually got to live through, um, what was it, 84 in the Bay Area when the Nimitz collapsed on vehicles and people were trapped, and it's a big quake up there. I seem to have, it's wonderful. Excuse me, I have a bad back, so I have to keep adjusting myself as cramp setting. So let's go back to the quake. So the Nimitz collapsed on not so many cars because the World Series was going on. I think that's what it was. There was some big thing. The stadium split apart. I digress and I gloss over on purpose because as um, I just watched the news and the drama and dun 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 dun. And the only reason I watch that channel is because they give me the news like really quick up front. And if I care to, I can watch other parts of it. But I despise the music. I so prefer European news. You guys do it so much better. You don't add the drama, the music, or the Kardashians. And it really helps people like me. So, putting the empathic me aside, I'm back to science and wish to explain to you that our globe, this world that we are stuck to due to gravitational pull, is not solid like you think, or like you possibly think. I don't know what you think. It's not a solid mass. And technically, it is on a molecular quantum physics level, it is certainly not. Um, and you can punch it, and it's gonna boo. Imagine a bubble, and you're gonna punch it, and it's gonna blah 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 blah. That's what earthquakes do. They not only go around the surface, through the oceans, they go right through the center to the other side. Some of you right about now are going, oh, That's called lights on. So, among my limited scientific knowledge and understanding of the way that pressure waves work, is I'm not bringing stuff up on my monitors because that'll distract me. We had a 7.4, 7.3, or something like that. Two of them 60 miles apart, something like that. Pretty much directly across the globe from where I happen to be. Where I'm in Palm Springs, California. I am below the when I point up, that is the angle of the mountain right here. What is that? 50 yards from me, and the angle of the mountain goes directly up to about, I'm calculating. Well, if you go 7 miles up, it's going to take you about, you got a big walk. You'll find yourself um, at a piece of property I happen to own, which is um, actually an escarpment and a fault line, uh, open 6 feet. So I have a bit of geological knowledge, but I don't dare call myself anything other than um, a quantum physicist. Yeah, I've had a few strokes. It takes me a minute to find where I put things, so forgive me. A macrobiologist, a microbiologist, a astro, not an astrophysicist, because um, an astrophilosopher. I don't know. Anyway, I found a magnificent fireball, and my history's there. So I only told you that to build up your confidence in what I have to say about the earth and what's going on with what these two earthquakes mean to what is normally referred to as the Western Hemisphere um, by laymen and scientists alike. I think more scientists. What do you call this? The West? You call this the West? Yeah. Well, I live in the West. Howdy, cowboy. I'm rambling because I get to. I ramble on a knowledge based sphere, and geologically, uh, I understand how pressure waves and, well, I understand our planet, and I'm grateful for that. And I've been up for 5 days. 5 days. 5 frickin' days. Can't believe I've been up for 5 days. I've tried to sleep. It has nothing to do with the pressure waves of the earthquake. It has everything to do with I fractured my coccyx, and that's why I lean forward like this. But as I see it on screen, I look much better than sitting like this. It makes me look like I'm something special. I'm not. I just fractured my coccyx, and I'm 5 days into healing it. So let's talk about the healing of turkey. We must pay attention to the other side of the planet. I know we all want to run there and help them, and it's important that we do, that everybody goes there to help them. But it's also important that you prepare over here on this side of the globe. Pardon me. Oh, pain is pain. Mucho dolor is esta mucho dolor. And yo es arriba. Oh, my blanket. Yo es muy fortunada. I'm very fortunate in that um, I like fabric and I like warmth, and I'm me. So mm, let's discuss what we can do to help Turkey. Nada, nada. We can. Everybody that's going, go. Everybody needs your help. But you know what's going to happen? It's going to clog the airport. You're going to cause all this shit. And if you're a good natured person and you think you're going to go over there and help, what you're going to do is cause more of a problem. Okay, there are people there doing what they can do. There's only so much we can do. That's period. They will pull the people out. Do not jump on planes. Do not go there and block up the airports. They need real people. So if you have no experience, no knowledge of what's going on, do not go. You want to do something, help somebody here in my country. I happen to live in America. And there are tons of people you could help right here. And that's the best thing you could do. Do not get on a plane. Do not. Why? Why? Who are you to go over there and what are you going to do? By the time you go through the airport, security, everything else, you're going to jump on a plane, you're going to go over there, and anybody you thought you were saving has already died. Do you know the physiology of the human species? Please. So do us all a favor and don't jump on a plane. Don't go flooding those airports. Don't go flooding those harbors. Don't think you're going to go help. They got it. You need to be right here, right now, because that shit's coming to you. Compréndeme, para tú no hablar dos lenguas? Well, I have three languages. Um, and I'm working on as many more as I could possibly get. Um, don't go. There's nothing you can do. If you have that much money, send it. Or better yet, walk up to some homeless person from behind, stick it in their hand, and turn your ass around and walk away before they have a chance to turn around and say thank you. Pretend you're someone wonderful. Pretend you don't need gratitude. Just stick it in their hand and run away. And then you get to thrive in the knowledge that you actually helped. And you never broke a nail. Because if you're an American citizen with the kind of money that you need to help people, let's see what kind of money is that? Any. If you have $2, give away one or both. My favorite was always to give away both. I swear. And if you were one of my peeps, you know me. I'm the guy that ran up behind you, shoved all that money in your hand, and ran away. You know what happened to me? I got more money to give away. I got so much I can't stand it. And other people are trying to take it because apparently I have too much. See what happens when you run up behind people and stick money in their pockets? Hmm. They'll come find you. Well, not those people. Um, well, in my case, I got a shooting star. The most famous shooting star in all the world. I sure did. Yes, I did. Now, I can't come on here and talk this crap and do all this stuff unless I can back it up, right? I mean, come on. This is something you could figure out. You could go online and check history and, oh, you're a fucking liar. Eh, go ahead. Please, go ahead. It's important the whole world knows about this. It's important the whole world understands. Gosh, this is so hard to say. It's so important the whole world understands my life. And I knew that 30 years ago. And I recorded it. Everything I say is documented, provable, um, across the board. Across the board. I don't know why I get to do this, but I do. It's not easy and I don't want to. However, my name is Jeffery Spakes. I'm an artist, aka a creator. I get to create. How do I understand that? Well, this will throw you for a loop. The first understanding I had of that is we get to live three sets of three lives on three different planets. And in our end life, we get to be a creator. A creator, which in my understanding happens to be as close to God as we get to get. We get to love anyone, everything. However, it's so painful. Oh my goodness, because we observe everyone, everything. However, here's the reward. Now, I don't want to guarantee you that my pillow is better than the next one. I don't have a better pillow. However, I apologize. I'm very uh, sleep deprived, about a week now. But that opens other channels, and so I might as well roll with it, right? What am I going to do? Lay down and go to sleep? I doubt that's going to happen. So I might as well tell you about it. Folks, we have lots of time to talk about me. This isn't about my journey or anything else. But I want to remind you that I came online because Turkey has been crushed. If you haven't seen the videos, don't look at them. You cannot unsee them. If you're an empath and you're one of those people that tend to want to help, don't. Do your best to not watch. Put on your best dress, your best pants, your best something, and go help your neighbor. Go help your neighbor right this minute. They're hungry. They're lonely. They're sketchy. They're all that. Keep your distance. Don't make yourself vulnerable. Go help them. Where am I? I'm in Cali Historic. Um, let's see. You're in Hawaii. There's still time left. You can cut some grass. Um, okay, so you're in Japan. I'm not going to murder my Japanese by attempting it here. But you're in Japan. You know exactly what to do. This is a scary time. So the earthquake set off tsunamis. Have they reached you? They wouldn't. Um, Tsunamis also occur through the center of the earth, which, by the way, is a molten sphere of iron, which has stopped rotating. I told you there'd be signs. Now, I'm not saying that anything is bad about it stopping rotating. As a matter of fact, it's perfectly natural. It does it all the time. However, it does cause some things to go a little cuckoo. And however, it does open up this little bunghole at the end of one end, the other end, at the end of our magnetic poles. For those of you that don't know, okay, this is a pole. Notice it's not my middle finger. So pretend that there's another pole down here, but let's just talk about this one. So this is a pole, and if any of you have seen magnetic waves or whatever they're called, um, you will recognize that they radiate out from the poles, leaving the top. Naked as, oh wait, I have hair. Naked as a jaybird. I'll show you. No, I won't show you the other pole. Um, so here's really the issue. So these poles come out in a circle all around. Boom, 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 boom. What's that leave? That spot. What happens there? Well, that depends on our sun. And this earth is having earthquakes. This earth is having amazing transitions. It is normal geological changes. However, these particular ones have been brought on by uh, man's, oh yeah, burning of fossil fuels. And it's not stopped, it's not slowed. As a matter of fact, it's increased. And so you're all screwed. The air that we breathe, even the dinosaurs didn't live in. But that's another story. And they didn't, and they wouldn't survive. We've killed off 60% of our species across the globe, and we continue to do so. But hey, we're man. We're if anybody were to describe us as anything, it'd be malignant narcissists. Gee, I don't know anybody that fits that description. So, please, if you bought a ticket to Turkey and you're not trained, tear it up. Ask for a refund. Get your money back. Oh yeah, back to this thing. So we have this magnetic sphere. So what's going to happen is as our globe spins around this north, south, north, south, and our Earth tries to shake us off, it's doing its thing, and but if the sun here, there's the sun, here's the Earth, here's the magnetic pole, North Pole. Ooh, that's the sun. Oh, look, there's the sun. It's the sun, and the sun gets pissed off. It's going to go. This would be called a solar flare. So this is the sun. That's a solar flare. Now look, this particular one went over here, but I'm talking about this little point right here on the end of my finger. Okay, so the Earth is here. This would be our North Pole, and my knuckle down here would be our South Pole. So, as ow, oh, pardon me, my I rode my body hard and put it away wet too many times, and it acts like it sometimes. So anyway, we've got our North Pole, our globe, and underneath is the South Pole, an imaginary magnetic field around it. All right. Have you guys gotten it yet? You see me keep stitching this together. Have you figured out where our here's the sun. Now it has all this pissed off rays of gamma radiation. Oh my goodness. It wants to kill us and give us life at the same time. And uh, it has fits. And from time to time it goes all directions. And we're not really sure because it turns, right? Okay, remember, point of vulnerability. Oh, let me do it this way. North Pole, South Pole. Sun. And then one day, oh, fucking oh. Huh, wait a minute. We have these rays radiating out, going in loops, north to south. Okay. And these rays, if the sun goes, the rays are going to go, fuck you. However, if those rays catch you in a dark alley, no. Because you know that damn sun keeps moving. Uh-oh. Right through those wonderful reflective waves. What happens when the sun gets through this and touches our knuckle? Well, our knuckle doesn't disappear, the planet doesn't disappear, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. Except you no longer have electricity or cell phone or internet or if you're in an elevator, you're going to stay there. If you're on a cell phone, what the fuck happened? I paid $2,800 for this thing and it's not working. And it won't ever again. Honey, the toaster's not working. Who has a toaster with a button this big? You deserve to be shot. Um, you could be anywhere, wherever that. Oh, hold on. that CME hits. They're so common they created an acronym for them. It's called the CME. I'll give you guys a moment to think about that one. And for those of you scientists watching and all that good stuff, it's a coronal mass ejection. Mass ejection. How can the sun eject anything but light? You say to yourself. The sun is the reason I wear this hat and this hoodie and I'm so beautiful. And why I walk so stiff because they took this huge part of my neck out here and then another year they took the other side out. Why? Well, sunscreen I thought was a thing called shade. Apparently not. Apparently it's this whale based, it's this nuclear based cream you put all over you, and there's this stuff they call SPF, which thought meant special effects. No, apparently it has something to do with the ability of the sun's rays to penetrate your shield, much like the shade does now. So, if I were to weigh the differences between sunscreen and skin cancer, having and still have skin cancer from running around this desert naked as a jaybird and enjoying every minute of it, also my whole life doing the same thing. Easy for you to say. I'm white. I mean, pink. I mean, almost albino. And yet I'm a Cherokee. I adore the outdoors. So I never let any of that stop me. And I would not put chemicals on my body because I remembered back when, I remember when I lost my mind. I remembered back then seeing the first labels on packaging saying, warning, this sugar causes cancer. It didn't say that, but for those of you who are as old as I am, it said, warning, use of this product has shown to cause cancer in laboratory animals. I couldn't believe I was seeing that on something they expected me to eat. Oh, by the way, that was on Sweet and Low. Sweet and Low. That's the way you like it. Sweet and low. Yeah. I recall the first um, microwave. So, as hopefully I've entertained you a few little licks, my most important job right here is to keep you entertained, but also that you do not get on a plane to Turkey. You're not going to do any good. You're going to make things worse. If you would like to help Turkey, then how about a whole bunch of you get together and buy them a tent and send it over? Let's see, a tent. Where would you get a tent? Let's see. I have a concept, an idea. I don't know. Maybe it's stupid. How would you know what's a stupid idea unless you try? I would think that America has this overabundance in wedding tents. Now, they need to get over there before they could be used. Wedding tents, camps. I know that in America, We have this society of throwaway. I know that. So rather than throw away, gobble up, consume, how about americanos pienso mucho importante? Possibly americanos, um, specifically catering companies, wedding venues, anybody like that where you use these huge tents, and you know you do, send them over to Turkey. Let's not pull a Haiti out of the bag. Okay, folks? Thanks for listening to me ramble. My name is Jeffery Spakes, Spakes. I'm an artist, and I'm lucky enough to be able to be here in Palm Springs right now. And if you're watching this, you're lucky enough to be alive, fed, sheltered, and clothed. Respect.